Hello, I'm Nito the GNTG and welcome to Raging G. Until now, I've talked about many things in my reviews, but most of them come from America or Japan. So, today I decided to talk about something that comes from my country, Greece. I will talk about one of my favorite creators, with a distinctive art style, is able to write good socio-political satire with timeless comedic lines, caustic humors and spectacular timing. So, let's talk about one of the best creators of his kind, Arkas, and let's have a relaxing episode. So, Arkas is, first of all, a mystery. We don't know many things about him. He is making comic strips since the 80s in many and different magazines until he became popular enough to start releasing books filled with just his comic strips on their own. But we don't know who he is, what's his name, how he looks and all that stuff. There were some names that were proven wrong or they were fake nicknames, but for around 37 years or even more that he is in the industry, we never saw him. And that's something really commendable. He wants his anonymity and he has it. He has a multitude of works and characters that have a simple story and setting behind them, and he writes good comedy or socio-political satire with them. I will mention a few of my favorite ones. Castratos, a pair of cats that live with an old woman. The male one is Castratos, a castrated cat, and the female one is Lucretia. That is always in heat, making sexual puns, asking for sex, wanting to have sex, and hates her life because she is stuck in this house and can't be a wild cat outside, having sex with other cats. The life after. A poor guy dies young and goes to heaven. This is filled with many philosophical jokes. It pokes fun from some religions while not crossing any boundaries to offend people, and it manages to have clever jokes from well-known philosophers and the things they said while they were alive. And lastly, Flying Start. A pair of sparrows, father and son, with the son hating his father and trying to make his life a living hell. The mother left them both to be with someone else, so they both are trying to live their simple life. The jokes in here are simpler, but they are fun because those characters have really good back and forth conversations with great punchlines, with the son always trying to bash his father for being a sparrow and not some other wild exotic bird, and in general, caustic humor with the expense of him. Of course, Arkas has written a multitude of works and characters that will have to be all day here if we were to talk about each one. But, as I mentioned, they are simple and easy to understand. The true genius of Arkas, though, is his writing in the conversations and the punchlines, showing that he has an understanding of the situations. The setup of each one is spectacular and the flow of the dialogue is natural, making them even funnier. Another great thing is that each of his characters has a unique personality that you start to get slowly, adding another layer of complexity in his jokes. The art is also amazing. Arkas has a distinctive style of designing his characters, and there are many details in every one, making them unique. The backgrounds are also great. They are gritty, he uses bright colors, but they look dirty and realistic, something that I really like. Now, a small problem that rises is that not many of these books are translated in English. The jokes in them are adjusted for an English audience, and they are a pretty different read from the Greek counterpart of the book, giving them a second life for people that can read both languages. There are quite few of them already out, and as I talked with the official Facebook page, telling me that they're still releasing English versions, but they're not focusing that much of this. Of course, if people start buying them more and more, I'm sure they'll start making them faster and faster. If you want to learn where to buy them, I put a few links down in the description, so you can check them out and buy a few if you want. The thing that I enjoyed growing up reading those books were that I was laughing at a few jokes, but they were mostly about sex and simpler ones. As I was learning and experiencing the world, broadening my horizons, I would slowly start understanding more and more of the jokes and the more meaningful things in them. I would always pick one of those books up, read a few pages and have a great time. This is the beauty with these books, and I highly respect Arkas for this, for being able to hide from the public view for all those years, making people laugh, writing about the things he wants, trying new things all the time and being successful in all of them. He wrote screenplays that had a really good sense of caustic humor. He started making books with visual humor and simple one-liners that are terrific. He can take a simple idea and create many jokes with it, like he did recently with the personifications of each month. He gave each one a personality based on the holidays in them, the weather, the seasons, and even how many days each month has, and adjusting their height, making February the one that always says many things, poking fun at the rest and such. He is a unique creator, and in my humble opinion, one of the best, if not the best, comic writer and artist. You need to check out his work. And that was all for this episode. I'm Andy G. Until next time, keep reading. I hope you did understand a few things. I hope you laughed with some of the pages I've put into them. I hope I won't get flagged or something like that for this. And always, you can check new videos here, and you can subscribe down there. If you have any questions or stuff you want me to review, put them down in the comments. See ya!